Inside the stories that affect you. This is Inside KELOLAND.
Good evening, I'm Sammy Bielen. Thanks for joining us. Ready or not, school will soon be back in session for many teachers and students across KELOLAND. While shopping for school supplies can be exciting for some, it can bring a sense of dread for those who can't afford what's on the supply list. And that's where several organizations are stepping up to help you out. On tonight's Inside KELOLAND, we talk with The Banquet about its ever-important Project SOS. Along with new school supplies, Samaritan's Feet and Prairie View Prevention will also be giving away something new to students in need. And students learn better if their tummies are full, but not every family can afford those essential items. How Feeding South Dakota is able to help just ahead. Now, this coming Saturday, thousands of families in the Sioux Falls area will line up for free school supplies from Project SOS. Joining us today to share why this mission is so vital to the community is Special Events Coordinator Erica Lepore. Welcome, Erica.
Thank you.
Now, to someone who's new to this area and has never heard of Project SOS, can you describe that?
The Banquet's Project SOS provides brand new backpacks and school supplies to nearly 6,000 children in our community and the surrounding communities. To families whose families can afford them, if they're struggling to make ends meet, putting food on the table or gas in their car and paying rent and utilities, often there isn't enough left over at the end of the month to buy those extras, and school supplies can be very expensive for those families.
What kind of supplies have you guys been collecting so far for this?
We collect everything from brand new backpacks and notebooks and folders and binders and markers and crayons and glue and rulers, everything that our kids need to succeed at school.
And it's all ages, correct?
All ages, from preschool on up to high school and post-high.
And I know this year we've done stories, you guys experienced a little bit of a setback as far as distributors and everything. Describe what challenges this year has brought.
We used to have Kmart in Sioux Falls. They would get a lot of their clearance backpacks from their stores in the region and have them shipped to their store, and we were able to purchase them at clearance prices. And they would usually get us about 3,500 backpacks. And when you consider we do 6,000, that's over half of our backpack supply. So we've been fortunate to have other retailers step up, Walmart, Menards, and Lewis, and a lot of those other places to help fill that need.
But you guys still could use supplies.
Yes, we're always needing backpacks, brand new backpacks, the high school age and middle school backpacks, as well as the little kid ones too, all ages.
Okay. And so I know you guys have the big distribution coming up, but do you still accept donations and still distribute after that?
Yep, absolutely. We would like to have the bulk of them earlier, but if people want to bring them by Monday or Tuesday, they can. We would ask that maybe people wait till after distribution day because we're in the process of getting organized for distribution. But we will continue to distribute backpacks throughout the school year to kids who move into the area, or maybe they're moving out of an emergency situation and they need supplies, so they will come to us. So this is a year-long project, and we'll take everything we can get all year long.
And even if people haven't been involved all year, is there still a way for people to help out for you guys besides donating the supplies?
Donating the supplies is great. We have a group of retired teachers who help us sort the supplies. We're always looking for people to join that crew, so if you're interested, you can give us a call. As well as just coming up with creative ways to help raise money for us, because we are able to purchase a lot of school supplies at cost. And those creative fundraising ideas we've had people do Facebook events and other things where the proceeds go to Project SOS, it all helps.
And describe for people who might be interested in getting hands-on volunteering, what are some of the duties they would be doing for you guys?
We are most in need of help on distribution day, and that is a really fun day. You get to help kids pick out their backpacks. What could be better?
Yeah.
So we have to greet the kids as they come in, and then just help them find the right backpack for them and get the straps on and make sure that it fits and that they're ready to go. It's a great day. We need a lot of volunteers for that, so yeah, call us to see if you can help.
Yeah, and so what kind of response do you guys see in the children's faces when they get their brand new supplies and everything completely free?
It's like Christmas to them. A lot of these kids don't get a lot of choices in life. So when they get to choose between either the Frozen bag or Spider-Man, and a lot of agony goes into making that decision. But you know when they found the right one and they just hug it to their chest and they open it up and they see all those new things that they get to bring to school, and they don't have to ask their teacher, They don't have to ask the person sitting next to them for the crayons and paper they need, and they get to start school like everybody else with a brand new backpack.
And so are you guys looking for any age group specifically right now that you're really in need of, or just whatever people can pick up?
Whatever people want to pick up, we will accept. Yep, it all gets used, it all goes directly to the kids, and it's so rewarding to know. We hear from teachers and administrators just the impact that that has on those kids and how that affects the rest of their school year. They're able to focus on learning and not whether they have the supplies that they're going to need.
And the children, do they need to be present to pick up the supplies?
Yep, families need to bring their children, and we do ask for some form of identification. It could be anything with the child's name on it, just so we can kind of keep track of those kinds of things. But yeah, children do need to be present. We want them to be the ones to pick out their backpack. That's really important.
Nice. And I know you mentioned before there might be some other needs on distribution day that you're looking for the community to maybe give us ideas.
Yeah, we have had a group of Air Guard people that have done wonderful security for us in the past, but a lot of them are going to be deployed this year. So we are trying to figure out a way to handle some crowd control and security issues in the morning of the 18th.
All right, so if anyone knows an organized group that could help with crowd control, let Feeding South Dakota know. Okay, and then just remind us, at the banquet, sorry. So many great organizations. The banquet. So describe again on distribution day, the times, the location, because it's not at the banquet.
Right, it's at Whittier Middle School from 9 until 4, and that's at 930 East 6th Street, and we are there from 9 until 4. There's no need to line up earlier. We'll have supplies, so if people want to go get their socks and underwear and shoes first, they can, and then come and see us for their school supplies.
All in one.
All in one day.
Thank you so much, Erica.
Yep,
appreciate your time. Well, after the break, a free back-to-school fair is also being held next weekend. Details when Inside KELOLAND returns. Welcome back to Inside KELOLAND. The first day of school is quickly approaching for many students. While some students will show off their new clothes and shoes, those are necessities not everyone can afford. Now, this Saturday, there will be several special distributions that aim to help families in need. And joining us today to talk about the free back-to-school fair and community shoe distributions is Sister Barbara with Samaritan's Feet and Darcy Jensen with Prairie View Prevention. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So why, I know there are several different events happening on the same day. How did this come about?
Last year, after all of our events with SOS, Samaritan's Feet, and Celebrating Families Back to School Fair, the three of us sat down and talked about how could we do this so it was easier for the families. By making it all on the same day, coordinating some of our hours. We all start at 9 a.m. and our events each end at different times, so that allows families to go from one event to the other and get everything they need in one day.
And so what can families expect to find at the Back to School Fair?
At our Celebrating Families Back to School Fair, we have 31 vendors. So not only will there be socks and underwear, there's a free lunch, but also our Sioux Falls Fire Department will be there to talk about fire safety. Our Sioux Falls Police Department will be there. We have several other vendors. Sanford will be there. Avera will be there. We have other vendors who do things for families within the year, and we want them to know the Salvation Army's available, NAMI's available. There are many, many organizations. I have a list of 31, and we can certainly have that ready for families. But the fact is that we want families to come there feeling that they can get prepared to go back to school, not only with their socks and underwear for each of the children that are present, but also to have any of the information they might need.
And you mentioned socks and underwear. Why is that so important for this?
Socks and underwear can be a really big budget buster for a lot of families. When you look at, and I don't know if people have looked at socks and underwear prices, but it can be up to $20 for little boxers for boys, or $15 to $20 for little girls. And when you think, if I have 2 or 3 children and I have a tight budget, it begins to look at what do we have to have. And oftentimes the socks and underwear were things that were being left out. And as I've worked in this community for over 20 years, what I've found is that those were the things that sometimes kids went without, or they only had one pair, or they only had socks that had holes in them. And we began to see kids who have, those are risk factors for them being involved with drugs and alcohol or other activities because they don't feel like they fit in. What our fair really is about is helping them to feel like they are part of our community, that there's people in the community that really care. And those are our protective factors that we can give to our kids, helping them know that they're part of a community and there's somebody that cares about their needs. Those are things that help to keep kids from ever using drugs or alcohol. And Prairie View Prevention is our prevention for substance abuse, and so it really fits into our mission.
And I know Sister Barbara, Samaritan's Feet is going to be busy as well.
Yes.
Explain your side of all of this.
Well, our goal is to shoe as many children as we possibly can, because, I mean, let's face it, who doesn't want a new pair of shoes for school?
Yeah.
You know, and many of the children we see that come every year, this is our 6th year, and many of the children that come have shoes that are too small, have been handed down to them. I mean, we have some pictures of like shoes with no toes. Wow. The toes were sticking out the end of tennis shoes. So we see some pretty sad looking shoes. So when a child gets to put on a new pair of shoes, their faces just light up with joy, you know, because they don't have to dread going back to school with the same pair of shoes they left in the spring with. And they're brand new, all brand new athletic shoes. We do our setup a little differently. We wash the feet of the children. So we need people to wash the feet of the children, just to spend some time, what we like to call loving on them, you know, to make them feel like they're important for those few minutes that they're sitting in the chair, and we're getting them shoes, and we, you know, make sure that the shoes actually fit them. So they stand up and you do the toe test, and you know, and so mom and dad can see that they're actually fitting. So it's just an amazing experience, and there is no greater thing than you can do than to bring joy to a child.
And what does this do for the volunteers, getting to be hands-on? We see this video, they're literally just getting in there, helping these kids. How does that impact the people who are helping these kids?
You know, volunteering and giving of yourself is life-changing, because, you know, we live in a society that tends to be me-focused, and so it takes that focus and sends it outside. And when you give a little of yourself, you gain so much more. Yeah. You know, it's so exciting. You know, it's just a morning. It's just a morning, and what we tend to see is a lot of repeat volunteers. You know, people that do it once and they fall in love with it. They fall in love with the kids. The experience of watching their faces and running down the hallways. Look, I got new shoes. You know, it's great.
Very cool. And either of you ladies, what kind of donations or help could you still use for your different events?
We are still in need of socks or underwear for the kids. There's donation sites in Sioux Falls at our Lewis's and our Shopco, or they can bring them by to Prairie View. And anything from a size 4T up through a size 18 for kids, those would be greatly needed.
And we are still collecting shoes. We have nice, beautiful partners in the city that are doing collections. First American Bank and Trust, and then Oh My Cupcakes, and Amavo. So they can drop off shoes. We are only serving children going into kindergarten through 5th grade, so shoe size in that range.
Okay.
So yeah, and we are also in need of a lot of volunteers. It takes about 300 volunteers, and not everybody washes feet. Some of them, what we call runners, bringing the children to the station and getting their shoes. So there's different ways to be involved.
Okay, and how could people contact you guys to volunteer if they wanted to?
I know we have a link on KELOLAND.
Perfect.
But you could also go to the Samaritan's Feet website and look for Sioux Falls.
And they need to bring IDs, is that correct for both events, one event?
Our event does not need IDs,
okay,
but you must have the child present with you when you arrive that morning. Besides the socks and underwear, we also have hearing tests. Dr. Mandy from Sioux Falls Audiology is doing those at no cost, and we have vision screenings, and so we need parents there to be a part of that also.
Okay.
And parents also must be at our events with the children, multiple children. They don't need to stay with them. But they do need to bring ID, some form of ID. Sure. Doesn't really matter.
For the child?
For the child,
okay.
Yeah. So we know that they're in school. And
good to know, yeah.
Yes.
And I know we talked a little bit, Sister Barbara, what you've seen. Darcy, what have you seen as far as the kids' reactions to getting, like you said, socks and underwear? Not many kids are getting thrilled about that, but it's
But
different.
they truly do. And I've always called this my Christmas, because I get to see that same joy that you may see on Christmas morning from your own children. See that on those faces of the little ones when they get to pick out. We let them pick out, do you want princess underwear, or maybe it's Power Ranger, whoever they want. And they also get to pick out the socks. And that's just a joy to them. And last year we had a dad come in with 4 girls, and they were in the middle school to probably high school age, and he seemed a bit overwhelmed with how to handle this. But when he walked out, not only were they smiling, but Dad was smiling. And that just warmed my heart, knowing that as a parent, we helped him provide. It wasn't that we took over. He's the one that brought them, and giving them that dignity and respect, so as parents, they can still feel like they're the provider for their children, and caring for them is so important.
And so just to remind us, locations, dates, and times. Sister Barbara, you go first.
We're both actually on August 18th, Saturday. Our events run from 9 to noon at Hayward Elementary School, United Methodist Church, the downtown area, and on the east side we will be at Wesley United Methodist.
Okay.
So any one of the sites.
Those for the shoes, and Darcy for the fair.
August 18th, we are open at 9, and we are done at 1 o'clock, and we're at St. Joseph's Cathedral Elementary School. So if you can find the cathedral, we're part of that building.
Perfect. Thank you so much, ladies. And of
Thank
course,
you.
we'll put more information on KELOLAND.com for everyone. Up next, the role Feeding South Dakota plays in making sure some of the most vulnerable people do not go hungry. Inside KELOLAND, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside KELOLAND. Along with school supplies and clothes, there's one more thing that could help your child excel this school year: a balanced diet. However, even basic food items are just too much for some families to be able to afford. That's where Feeding South Dakota comes into action. Joining us today to talk about a few of their programs is Development Director Christina Lee. Welcome.
Thank you.
So first off, just describe for people, what is the backpack program?
Yeah, the backpack program is one of Feeding South Dakota's biggest programs, but what it is it provides kids with sacks of food to go home on the weekend when there's no other food options available. It's a great program because, one, it gives students and young kids food, but then two, it allows them to come to school on Monday ready and willing to learn, and so they're not hungry when they get to school on Monday morning. So it's a fabulous program, and we love having it at Feeding South Dakota.
Wonderful. So who qualifies? What kids can take part in this?
You know, one of the things we do at Feeding South Dakota is we want to make it really easy for any family to get on our program. And so all we ask is that you just be a family in need. You know, we don't have any income guidelines, but if you can get assistance or you're able to purchase food on the weekends for your children, we just ask maybe you don't sign up for the program, but, you know, any kid that's in need can sign up for sure through the school districts.
And I know the United Way has been playing a big role.
Yes.
Could you explain that?
Yeah, the Sioux Empire United Way is a great partner of Feeding South Dakota, and so they provide funding to us to help with the backpack program. And so it's a great way for us to connect with other families in the community and children's through the Sioux Empire United Way. So.
Now, I know a few years ago you started the school pantry programs. What is that? How does that connect?
Yeah, the school pantry program is really exciting. We're doing it at Axtell Park, and we're actually starting it up in Rapid City at Rapid City High School. And so the school pantry program is literally just like it sounds. It's a school pantry for food, and it's a unique program because it's for everyone in the family. Because what we are finding out through the backpack program is about 75% of our students that were going home with backpacks or sacks of food were sharing with their families. And so it was a way for us to kind of get the whole family any kind of food that they need, and also it allows families to come into the schools. And so it's a great way to connect families and get them to the schools, sometimes meet the teachers, the administrators. It's really just a win-win program.
And how would a family connect with that program? Do they just talk to the school?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Especially at Axtell Park, you talk to the school, and the Rapid City as well too. Yep.
Wonderful. Now, I've been told Feeding South Dakota just wrapped up a matching gift campaign.
Yes.
Can you give us some details? How'd that go?
That was very, very exciting. It was matching gifts to tackle child hunger, and it was both Coach Stiglmeyer and his family and Coach Nielsen and his family, and they were really just coming together to tackle child hunger in South Dakota. And it was a phenomenal year for that. We actually raised $38,270 it's a record year for that. And in fact, we were almost 11,000 higher than what we raised last year. And so it's a great program. It's going to help us with that backpack program. It's going to help with our other child hunger programs. And we are just so thankful for the generosity of both families for coming together for this really important issue.
And for people who don't know, those two individuals are competitors, I guess you would say.
Yes.
One is a coach of USD and one SDSU, is that correct?
Yep. And so that's why it was very unique for the families to come together, because it just shows unity when trying to tackle this big problem in South Dakota.
Clever. Now, also, you guys are so busy. This past spring, area gardeners were encouraged to plant an extra row.
Yeah.
How's that worked out?
So the Plant a Row is a really exciting program that we have in Feeding South Dakota. It's basically, if you have a garden, just plant an extra row for Feeding South Dakota. In fact, I've done it in my own garden, and it's really easy because we need fresh produce at Feeding South Dakota. It's one of those things that you get it on the shelf and it's out really quickly. And as you know, fresh produce can be kind of expensive, and so if you're able to donate it, it'll really help many of our families. And so Plant a Row is so fun because if you're an avid gardener, if you're just kind of a basic gardener, you can plant something really easy like cucumbers and just donate them to our pantries. And it's so exciting to kind of go down and see all the families just really excited to be able to get fresh produce. It's an easy way to give back to Feeding South Dakota.
You guys have a lot of families that you feed across the state.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that point up. We are statewide, and so yeah, this is any time that you have fresh produce for Plant a Row, you can bring it to Pierce, Sioux Falls, or Rapid, and we'll make sure to get it out into the community. So.
Now, it's August, but it's not too early to look at Hunger Action Month.
Yes.
Describe that for the people.
So Hunger Action Month is really exciting. It's a way for us to spend the entire month raising awareness about hunger in our state. And so it's not, you know, a fundraising thing. It's just really, hey, this is what hunger looks like in South Dakota. And so in Sioux Falls, we're going to be doing the food truck mashup. We'll be collecting food there, but we'll also be, you know, doing kids games and really getting the whole family into hunger action, essentially. We have a huge social media campaign that we'll be doing. We'll be giving away T-shirts, and it'll just be a great way for us to once again just highlight how big of a problem hunger is in our state.
So can you guys use any volunteers?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, one of the unique things about Feeding South Dakota is we deal with thousands of volunteers each year. We could not do the work that we do if not for our volunteers. And so if you're interested in volunteering, just hop on our website, feedingsouthdakota.org. You can sign up for many of our programs, including our Senior Box program. That's one that we actually need a lot of volunteers for year-round, and it's a great way to give back. So.
Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you.
We'll put more details at KELOLAND.com. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us inside KELOLAND. We'll be right back. If you're unsure of the school supplies your child needs, just check out our Back to School page at KELOLAND.com. There you'll find school supply lists as well as when the first day of class is for your school. You'll also be able to see some of the education-related stories we have been working on. You can find out more about today's topics online at KELOLAND.com. Just click on the Inside KELOLAND section. Join us every Sunday following the 10 o'clock news right here on KELO TV. That's all the time we have for today. Be sure to join us again next week for more of what's going on inside KELOLAND.